Hello and welcome to another money method in Gran Turismo 7. Now this money method is actually a viewer requested one. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually request a car and I will go in and try and make the best possible tune for whatever event you want to use it for. So for today's video we are going over a 700 performance point tune for the Lamborghini Diablo GT. Now the Lamborghini Diablo GT actually spawns in the used car dealership if you're looking to pick it up, and it costs around 870,000 credits. So with doing this event a single time, you'll be able to actually cover the cost of this vehicle. So with it being in the used car dealership, it's not always there, so you're gonna have to wait for it to actually appear. Okay, so when it comes to tuning and the parts, we're just gonna do it all together because this is gonna be a lot easier. So for your tire compounds that you are going to use for this event, you are going to want to start out on your racing hard tires and have intermediates purchased. Now I prefer intermediates to compared to wet tires because even if it isn't heavy rainfall, then the intermediate tires will actually be able to cope with the dry surfaces a lot better than the fully wet tires. So racing hards and racing intermediates are what you need for your tire compounds. So suspension, you need a fully customizable suspension. Your body height adjustments is going to be about 70 for front and rear. Anti-roll bars is going to be about 10 for front and rear. Dampening ratio compression is going to be 40 for both front and rear. Dampening ratio expansion is going to be 50 for both front and rear. Natural frequency in the front is going to be 3.50 and in the rear is going to be 3.70. Negative camber angle in the front is going to be 3.0 and in the rear is going to be 3.0. Your toe angle in the front is going to be 0.10 going outward and in the rear is going to be 0.20 going inward. So when it comes to your differential, you actually don't need to purchase one. I didn't feel like the Lamborghini Diablo actually needed any differential tuning. So downforce is going to be set to 60 in the front, 130 in the rear. Now this is the lowest downforces you can set because with Le Mans having those massive straightaways, we need as much advantage as possible to get as much top speed as possible. So to actually get these settings available, you need to go to GT Auto and purchase the front splitter, side skirts, rear spoiler, as well as I think a diffuser. I might be mistaken on the diffuser, but you need to purchase your aero parts. Now for ECU, you want a fully customizable ECU and you're going to set the output at 85. Your ballast is going to be set at 188. Your ballast positioning is going to be at negative 50. Your power restrictor is going to be left at 100. So you do not need to purchase a power restrictor. For your transmission, you need a fully customizable racing transmission. You're going to set this to 310 kilometers per hour. Now, no manual adjustments have been made to it, so just change it to 310 and you can leave it. Nitrous oxide, that's really up to you. If you want to spend an extra 100,000 for nitrous, you know, that's just personal preference. So now on the next page, we're just going to head on over to intake and exhaust because on the supercharger, we can't actually apply anything because this car has no supercharger as well as no turbocharger. So intake and exhaust, your air cleaner needs to be racing, your silencer racing, your exhaust manifold racing. Under brakes, we have the braking system being racing, slotted disc, brake pads going to be racing, handbrake normal, brake balance normal. Your steering angle needs to be normal. You never add a steering angle kit, especially if you're going to use the car for racing. Now, under the drivetrain, we are just going to have the clutch and flywheel set to racing. So for the parts that we actually upgraded to the physical engine, that is going to be your bore up is going to be installed, engine balance tuning, polished parts, a racing crankshaft, high compression pistons, as well as weight reduction stage 1, 2 and 3. We did not increase body rigidity. So that is the tuning done. So let's now head on over to the event. So we head on over to World Circuits, Europe, Le Mans, and we're going to be doing the WTC 700 because this is one of the best earning events in Gran Turismo 7. So now once the event starts, the main thing you want to do is set your fuel map over to fuel map level 6 because for the Lamborghini this is the biggest con and it is this car's fuel efficiency. the car has absolutely terrible fuel efficiency. That massive V12 engine really just guzzles fuel. So for these endurance events where fuel consumption is a thing, it's not really good. So you get a range of 2 laps out of the Lamborghini Diablo on fuel map level 6. If you attempt to do it on fuel map level 1, best believe every lap you're gonna have to visit the pits. Fuel map level 6, even with fuel map level 6, the car is incredibly powerful. When it comes to straight line speeds on the hardest difficulty, it makes the AI look like they're going for a Sunday drive. They have no place to be, and the Lamborghini needs to get places. Now, this car is able to do over 300 kilometers per hour. That is why the transmission is set to 310. You can actually see that we can actually extend the gear ratio and we'll get a lot more top speed out of it. Now, I said 310 because I knew with the car's ECU actually being detuned, the car was gonna have a lot less power, and I actually underestimated how much power the car is actually gonna produce and the capability of putting that power down to the road. So yes, you can actually adjust that and get a higher top end speed. So before you even reach the end of the straightaways at Le Mans, you should already be in first position. That is how fast this car is. So just as fast as this car can get around the circuit is how fast this car's fuel tank drains. Now what makes this event a lot trickier with having a car that has to go into pits every second lap is when the weather will actually change. With this event there is dynamic weather, which means rainfall is a possibility of happening. I'd say a good 85% of the time rainfall occurs on this event. So this really throws you off because you could see rainfall come on your third lap, and then that means you're gonna have to dive into pits once again. So roughly a total of 3 times you're gonna have to visit the pit lane, and frankly I know people who hate coming in at least once. So is this the most efficient and best way to make money using this event? Absolutely no. Is it still a good way to make money for this event? Yes. If you get bored of just using the same car over and over and over again, well, the Diablo gives you another option to just spice up your life and try something different to still earn you your hard-earned credits. So Lamborghini Diablo GT, it may not be the fastest, it may not be the quickest around corners, but that's what's actually surprising about this vehicle. So with us decreasing the downforce, the car is actually able to still take corners incredibly well. Actually more surprising than I actually expected. So the car, great around corners, great top end speed, very thirsty. It actually has a bit of a drinking problem. So if you can ignore the drinking problem, well, then you need to see a counselor because it's honestly, it's just terrible. If you can ignore that, the car can get the job done. It's not going to be as efficient as some other vehicles, but it will get the job done. So with all this being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, if you are looking for the fastest vehicles to use around this circuit, watch the video on screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.